Меня зовут Улугбек, я из Узбекистана. И я здесь преподаю английский язык. Me llamo Ulbek. Estoy de Uzbekistán y enseña inglés a los estudiantes en la universidad. So I'm Ulugh Nur Mohammed, but I go by Bek. Okay? Yeah. I'm a lecturer in the ESL writing program under the linguistics department at the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign. And I was born and raised in Uzbekistan. Okay, so Uzbekistan in the capital city of Tashkent. And I came to the United States in 2004. Yeah, to do my master's degree in TESOL. It's called Teaching English to the Speakers of Other Languages, TESOL. And I also got my PhD from the United States from Northern Arizona University. When I was in Uzbekistan, I was an English teacher. Oh. Okay, because but I was a practicing English teacher. Okay, so because I have another master's degree from Uzbekistan because I was specialized in simultaneous translation, you know, like interpretation, translation, you know. And as a student there, I also taught some English classes to students in Uzbekistan. But then, you know, I took my TOEFL test, and I also took a test called Test of Spoken English. Okay, Test of Spoken English. And because before, right now it's different. Before, if you wanted to teach in the United States or in English-speaking country, you had to take this test. Okay, and if you scored a certain score, then it would make you eligible to teach at an English medium course, at an English medium university, basically. So yeah, and I came, but you know, it was not easy, you know. So I mean, I was trained, you know, before I taught the course. I was trained for about 2 weeks, and I was constantly observed by my supervisors. And my supervisors would give me feedback, you know, would help me develop handouts. And after their observations, they would give me some feedback, and we would talk about this. So it was not easy, but I think that's very common in the United States, that a lot of TAs offer a course, or they work as an RAs, you know, research assistants. So yeah, so it's okay. And my dad is an engineer. Okay, you know, they fix TVs and DVDs and this kind of you know, technical stuff, basically. And you know, after the independence in 1991 in Uzbekistan, you know, we started, my dad and my brother started receiving some TVs and DVDs and this kind of technological stuff from other countries, but they were not able, and they were asked to fix them. But however, they were not able to read the manual. Oh. You got it? And because I was the youngest son, I was the kid that time, and they were like, why don't you, you know, learn English so that you can help the family business? What? And I was like, well, okay, you know, sounds like a good idea. And at that time, because it was right after the independence, I think a lot of people, you know, there were some schools that were offering English classes, and everybody wanted to learn English, and I was also one of those guys who just wanted to learn English to help the family business, as well as I was interested in this language. You know, it always sounded, it had something, you know, it has a calling, you know, yeah. It has something. So that's why I decided to learn this. At the age of 6, I started going to music school, and you know, I still play string instruments, traditional instruments. I also play piano, although I haven't been playing it last 3 years. That's what PhD did to me. And once you have a PhD, you will lose most of your talents. Okay, and of course, it has something to do with my personality as well. But anyway, so I will get back to that. But my point is that I think there is a relationship between music and learning languages. You know, there are a lot of similarities because, you know, like when you play music, you will attune your ears to special sounds. You know, like some parts of the music should be slower, yeah, quieter. Some parts should be louder. You know, I think in languages also there are certain elements that you have to pick it, you know, like English, for example, there is a rhythm in English, right? So similar to that. So and yeah, and because also I grew up in a multilingual society, Like Russian was always spoken, Uzbek, our native language, was spoken, and also Persian. We also have a Persian community. You know, they speak Persian, so that's why I was interested in languages. But yeah, I mean, if I, like, for example, if I'm, and also motivation. Like, for example, I really like the way Spanish sounds. I don't know why. It sounds music to me. Although a lot of people say French is so, you know, French is a language of love. With all due respect to people who speak French, I don't see that beauty in French. You know what I mean? But in Spanish I see the beauty. In Japanese I see beauty. In Korean, and it sounds, or German, my favorite language. You know, but.
What about Chinese?
Yeah, that's my next thing. I'm very sorry, but Chinese, you know, I gave up on Chinese. There are certain rules that tend to work for everybody. I think one of them is practice.
Oh,
okay?
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, I think in English there's a wonderful saying that says, practice makes perfect.
Yes.
You know, I think practice is important. But I think I would like to add something to this. Perfect practice makes perfect. You know, you hear feedback from the teacher, and you address that feedback, and you do your best to avoid those mistakes when you write the next draft. So that's perfect practice makes perfect, you know, that's what I mean. And also I think, so in practice also means like talking to people if you want to improve your speaking, writing if you want to improve your writing, right? And it can be any type of writing. If it's academic writing, then you probably have to write papers, or leaving comments on YouTube. You know, some people use Twitter to improve their English writing. Of course, that's a different type of writing, but still it's like an English practice, right? Or some people do it on Facebook. So, or like some people want to improve their listening comprehension. Or, you know, one of the things I encourage students to do is to watch TED Talks. TED Talks, you know, these TED Talks. It's an organization that holds its conference in California, and they usually invite established people in the field to come and to give a talk. When I came to the United States, also I had a hard time understanding lectures, and I used to watch TED Talks all the time with subtitles, and that was really helpful. You know, I mean, yeah, so there are lots of ways to improve English, but these are some of the ones that just came to my mind this morning.
Okay.
Thank you.
It's the end.